Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And today I would like to offer the upcoming week's rune readings for the elemental energies. And as we go through each element, I will tell you which zodiac signs that covers. If you're interested as to why I read for the elements, there's a video in the description down below. You can check that out. I read intuitively, so we'll use the pamphlet with the runes just to get kind of an idea. I'm working on getting better with the runes. They're starting to be a little bit more communicative for me. And then we will bring in whatever messages my guides bring forward. So we'll start off with the first element in the zodiac, which is fire. And fire covers Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I pull 2 runes for each element, and for this week it is March 24th through the 30th, 2024. Although as the messages work in this energy, these messages really are timeless, so whenever you come in, you can get information out of the runes. So your first rune is Gibo. It is the blessings and generosity rune. This works with the color of deep blue, the tarot card of the lovers. So fire looks like it could be a little interesting this week. But you also are working with the astrology sign of Pisces. So fire, your opposites coming through, calling you to be a little bit more in tune with your emotions this week. But we're also working with this energy of gifting, of gratitude, of being generous with our time, with our thoughts, with our feelings. It's not just about how fast can we complete this project, it's about putting the emotions behind it. They're also showing me that this is a good time to bring in, you have plans, goals, and ambitions that you're shooting for, fire, but this is a time to bring in others and maybe share some of the knowledge that you have gained in this upcoming week with other people. And it could be something on a more emotional or romantic level. So you've got some interesting things moving just to start off this week. Your second rune is... Sorry, like I said, I'm working on getting better at these. I'm just not as strong with these as I am with the tarot. Let me turn one light on. There we go. Okay, so your second rune is Anzus, which is ancestral. It's also the god of Odin. And again, we're still working with the dark blue colors. So dark blue is going to play an important emphasis on this week, and they're showing me in intuitive anyway. Lapis lazuli is a good stone to work with, or sodalite. Those are the 2 primary ones because you're working with deity energy this week. And the tarot card is the death card, but your astrology is Mercury. So we've got some interesting things coming in. This is an emphasis on wisdom and knowledge. Again, working with that knowledge and wisdom concept of Gibo. So you're working this week with this generous energy, but it's also about ancestral. It's about the god energy. So it's the divine masculine coming in this week. And they're talking about sharing. They're talking about expanding knowledge, but it's not just expanding knowledge within you. You're taking your knowledge and you're expanding it out. So you're allowing other people to gain wisdom from being in your presence. There's that gifting with the Gibo rune of sharing wisdom and knowledge, and the Anzus, it's really working with that ancestral energy. And the Odin was an interesting deity because he was a little bit Zeus, a little bit Thoth. So you've got this slightly amorous but very much focused on wisdom, knowledge, and expansion in his patterns. So that's where you're at this week. Fire is wisdom, growth, and expansion, but you're sharing what you are learning and understanding. So you're taking your wisdom, which is knowledge plus experience, and you are sharing that with others. they're being very specific. Make sure that those people are on the same journey as you, or at least have similar goals, so you can build momentum together. You don't want to just randomly share your information with people who are not on the same page, because that's going to delay your forward momentum and your overall mission in life. So let's hop over to Earth. And Earth covers the energy of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So Earth's first rune is... wrong page. Oh, seriously, I just saw it. Sorry. There we are. We are working with Fehu, which is a color of light red. They're showing me almost pink, like a deep pink, like a magenta almost. And your tarot card is the Tower, and your astrology is Aries. So Earth, this is a good week. There's some growth, there's some fertility, because you've got that Aries energy, so new things are starting. But when we work with the Tower, this is creative destruction. So something has to be broken down to be rebuilt into something better. So for Earth, this upcoming week is about growth, and what are you holding on to that maybe in its current form isn't beneficial? What can you take that you have currently and use to build something better? They're really wanting to emphasize this creation aspect of things, because the Tower card generally gets a really bad rap, just like the Death card and some of these others. But what they're saying with this one is, for you, Earth, this is about building. This is about growth. It's taking all of the tools that you have acquired in your lifetime, whether you're 18 or 70, all of the tools that you have acquired, and they're just kind of sitting there. They're not doing anything. What can you maybe tear apart to build into something better? What is it that you can take bits and pieces of from here and there and create something more unique and something more beneficial for everyone around you? They're saying it's not just about you doing the best for you. It's about you improving. By your improvement, you're actually going to improve other people as well. Your second rune this week is... oh, well, this should be fun. Thurisaz, the god of strength. We're working with the same red energy, so you've got bright red again. Your tarot card is the Emperor. Your astrology is Mars. This is protection and offering of protection. Similar to what Fire was seeing, Earth, you've got a lot of divine masculine energy coming forward. And in this aspect, this is a projective energy. This is something that you're putting out. It's not like the feminine where you bring it in and you incubate it and grow it that way. For you, this is about what are you putting out into the world. And they're saying in this week coming up, this is a really good indicator of you putting things out into the world. You've got that red, so it's something that you're passionate about, something that you want to grow with. You have Aries and Mars. Again, very divine masculine, also very fiery, but you're working with overcoming challenges. And they're showing me that you're offering protection and guidance. It's not just you're going to put your ideas out there and we're going to change the world. It's you're going to put your ideas out there, and then the people who are drawn to those ideas, you are going to be there to help guide and kind of deflect some of the negativity, because you've already dealt with that negativity. Those around you don't need to deal with that too. So for Earth, this is really a good week. Again, just like with Fire, tapping into that divine masculine energy, working with, for you guys, it's about tapping into the fiery energy, whereas with Fire was tapping into the deep blues, which is more that ocean, slow moving, getting things started. For you guys in Earth, it's about you already have the spark. Now it's time to do something with it. So really start moving forward this week, Earth. Again, these are intuitive readings, so take what works, leave the rest. But they're showing working with the color red, And they're not giving me a gemstone with this, but wearing something red clothing or red nail polish, red lipstick if you choose to wear lipstick. But really tap into that red fiery energy and get things going forward for you this week. And now we'll hop over to our air family, and air is covering Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Air, your first rune literally fell out of the bag as I was shaking it. So that's what I was chasing on the floor. And we have for air, I believe this is the ice rune, but I will double check that. We have Isa, which is literally the ice rune. The color is black. Your tarot card is the Hermit. Your astrology for air associated with this rune is the moon. There are some things, air, that are not going so great. Not so much bad or toxic, it's just there's a block in communication. They're showing me that this is a cooling period. There's been you've been moving forward, but now things are slowing down. With the Hermit, it's also showing me that it's a drawing away. So as things are slowing down, it's also calling you to step away from a situation, step away from an alignment or an arrangement. There's something that is behind the scenes, is what they're showing me, that you didn't realize was going on when you first got involved, and now it's time to pull back and reassess. It's not so much like cooling because, oh, well, they don't like me anymore. It's like, what, hold up. There's something fishy here. I need to reassess real quick. Air, you're really into the intellectual side. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, they all tend to go up here, and they are very up in their minds. Right now, that's a good thing for you this coming week, because you need to reevaluate where you're at with this. They're showing it as a business. It could be something different, but they're showing me an office room, so it could be a business or a corporate or something. But it's really time to examine what's going on, because there's something that came to light recently that you missed in the first go through, where you stepped into it and saying, yeah, I got this. I'm totally going into this. Now it's time to step back and reassess a little bit. Doesn't mean to leave. It just means I need to reevaluate, and that is what they're showing me. So your second rune is the Tiwaz. It's Tyr, the god of war. This could be interesting. Your color is bright red. Your tarot card is Justice. Your astrology is Libra, so this is tapping into air energy of the balance. It is courage and energy, the power to weave the patterns. So you have an arrow. Things are looking up, so to speak. But you have to pull away a little bit to reassess. Things are there, but things are maybe not as in balance as they should be. When you pull back with the Hermit and you start to look at things from the justice aspect, which means, what's really going on here? Who's actually working on my side? Who's on my team? Who's supporting and moving forward? Is there something or someone that maybe is not as up and up as they should be? Is there something that needs to be maybe shifted a little bit? Some rearranging needs to happen. This week, they're saying, is a good week for you, Air, to re-examine the situation, to re-examine ideas, thoughts, patterns that you have going on. It doesn't mean that you have to throw it all away and start over. They're really not talking about that. They're saying that this is a definite time to do some reassessment. Do some inner looking. That's where the Hermit comes in, because you're trying to pull away for a minute and just kind of get a better idea of what you're working on and what you're working towards. When you have Tyr and the God of War with Tiwaz coming up, you also have that energy of something needs to be fixed. Something needs to be set to right. You're working with justice energy from the tarot, and that's that redressing of the balance. So, Air, you're not as perky as Earth and Fire is this week, but this is very much within your wheelhouse. You're very much about, ooh, there's something to examine. I can pick it apart and I can fix it. So that's what you're working on this week, is you're kind of pulling away from the active part of what you're doing to reassess what's really going on. Because, as I said, when they showed me when the first card came, or first rune came up, the ice rune, They were really saying things need to slow down. There's something that needs to be reassessed and addressed immediately. Again, it doesn't mean stop. It just means hold up, something's not there's something not right here. So that's where we'll leave air, is just do some reassessment, do some double checking. Nothing's really wrong, it just needs to be re-examined for the moment. Let's hop over to our water fam. And for water, your first rune is, it's a giant M, but I can't remember what the name is. It is Iwaz. It's the horse rune. We're looking at the color white, and water covers Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. The tarot card is Lovers. Could be interesting this week for water too. Astrology is Gemini, so this is a companion, or at least a friendly astrology for you guys. Travel and changes, new jobs, homes. When Iwaz shows up in my awareness, it generally means that there's something that's moving. There's some shifts that are occurring. With the Lovers as well, we're talking about emotional shifts. It could be a friendship deepening. They're saying for some water, there could be a friendship that needs to settle down. Like maybe some distance would be beneficial. Doesn't mean end it. It just means there may be a little bit of codependency starting to build there. And not healthy codependency, like the toxic version. But they're also saying with Gemini, you're working with the twins, so you're also bringing in the people who are like-minded in this coming week. But the horse and with Iwaz is really talking about movement. You have a lot of irons in the fire. There's been a lot of things coming forward for water here lately. In the various readings, I've noticed that water is getting a lot of chaos. And it's not bad chaos, it's just there's a lot happening all at once. And this week, there's going to be some movement. It's going to be movement between you and a partner, you and a close friend, you and your inner circle. There's going to be some shifting of dynamics is what they're showing me. Again, not negative, but definitely some rearranging. So tap into that good old go with the flow energy, because that's what you're going to need to navigate through this week. If you get locked into, well, I'm not going to, this week could be a little rough. If you tap into that, you know what? Let's just see what happens. You're going to be able to move and go with that bouncing and flowing energy, and it's not going to be as rough and possibly chaotic as it could be. So your second rune is Perth. It's a little sideways cup. It is the Fate rune. Your color is black, so you're working with dynamic this week, white and black. So you're getting, right before I even get into this further, you have a little push-pull energy. Things are going to be pretty clear. What they're showing me before I even get into more of this is a week of cut and dry. You are going with the flow because it is so intuitively obvious that this is what's going on. So before we get into the rest of that, they wanted me to bring that up. We have the tarot card is the Wheel of Fortune, and your astrology is Saturn. So you've got a little bit of stern energy coming up, but we're working with the mysteries, things that are unknown, but because they're working with Iwaz, you're bringing them to light. You've got movement. You may not know your destination. You may not know what's going to end up happening this week. That's going with the flow. That's this energy, the Iwaz rune. Perth is bringing in things are happening because this is the obvious next step. This is that tapping into the black and white concept of this isn't up for debate. There's not going to be gray. They're showing me that this is going to be very clear, very defined for water. It's going to be like, oh, that's what's going on. Well, duh, I've got to do that. And it's going to be that interplay between people. It's not going to be just that person way over there. It's going to be you and a friend, you and a partner. You're going to see there's some things that need to shift. Again, they're not saying it's going to be bad. It's just this is something that you've kind of suspected or you felt it needs to happen. It could be a deepening of a relationship, or it could be some healthy distancing as well. But there's that shifting of the relationship that they're really wanting to bring forward. But what is coming up is black and white. It is cut and dried. It's going to be very clear for water this upcoming week. You're going with the flow, but the next steps are going to feel obvious, like, well, duh. So hopefully these messages resonate for you guys and gals out there. With that, I will let you go. Have a great rest of your week. Comment down below if you found any of these helpful, if they resonated, or if you kind of had some aha moments. Like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you're new here. Other than that, I will see you in the next video, and have a great rest of your week.